Yes, people. Welcome back to another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. And for those that haven't seen the Sarcasm City Sports Q&As before, they are for the residents of Sarcasm City. You lot in the comments run the show. You get to ask us any sporting question, past or present. So it's any sport, past or present. It can be football, it can be basketball, it can be boxing, it can be NFL, it can be UFC, whatever questions you want to ask. So please get your questions in the comments. Don't forget as well, if you are a member, then your comment, your question takes priority like a super chat. So I'll definitely get to your question if you are a member of the channel. And of course, if you super chat, I'll definitely get to your question as well. Big up to everyone who's supporting as always. Make sure you hit the like button. Vitally important you do that. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Please share this across all the socials as well. And subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you do those three things. Like button, share across all the socials. You can see my app right there. And that's me, Flawless. And subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, people. It is road to 5K. We're closing in on 4,500. So we're closing in on the halfway mark. So hopefully soon we should be at 4.5K. We should be at 4.5K. And then it is the road to 5K is well and truly on. But yeah, get your questions in, people. Get your questions in. Obviously, action-packed Premier League fixtures today. Well, technically yesterday now. Manchester City losing surprisingly away at Anfield to Liverpool 1-0. Manchester United drawing at home 0-0 to Newcastle. Arsenal continuing their great form, staying top of the league with a 1-0 win away at Leeds. And I was just about to say, normally these watch-alongs and Q&A start with just me, and then the rest of the panelists will join. Kind of like, for those that know about wrestling, the Royal Rumble, you don't know whose music's going to hit and who's going to come running down the ramp. Man like the young G, Jez, is in the building. What are you telling me, Jez? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Hope you've been good as well.
Yeah, man. Oh, bless. A little bit tired, but other than that, I'm good, fam. You feel me?
Yeah, this weekend been kind of long still. I can't like even the halfway through this Liverpool City game, I was kind of tired still.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Prime said Ryan better be on. He finna get cooked. You already know Ryan's not gonna be on. He did have to leave Shameless early, but Ryan ain't gonna be on. You know this, but that's Ryan for you. Big up Black Diamond as always. Says like, share, subscribe, your quality channel, and a fantastic host as you get brilliant content on a consistent basis. And Black Diamond was saying Ray will be here, I'm sure. He said, I told you Liverpool would win. Came on the panel and spoke it into existence. Not a coward like some meaty man's Mazza. Daniel's also in the building as well. What are you saying, Daniel? You good? Yo, you breaking up? Say that again, fam. Yeah, man. Calm. Daniel, side note, are you a UFC? You watch UFC?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, see, all right, cool. All right, calm. Big up Rums as well. Look at this guy. You feeling yourself now, Rums, in it? Man said you'll never walk alone. This guy, you know. I need that scarf that Gary Neville had when United played Liverpool, and it said I'd rather walk alone. I should have went down, but I know they was probably selling him outside Old Trafford at that point. But yeah, I'm sure Rums is very, very happy as well. Surfer's in the building as well. What are you saying, Surfer? You good?
Oh, sorry, you said Royal Rumble. I was like, well, okay.
Facts. That's what it's like, though. For those that don't know the Q&As, I legit don't know who's gonna show up. Like I just dropped the link to everybody, and then if they show up, they show up. If they don't, and this is every Wednesday, every Sunday. Like it's not like there's a list, and it's like right, you're jumping. I'm not. It's like that's how it works. Obviously, the best from the Midwest is in the building as well. Murtaza is here also as well. What are you saying, Murtaza? You good?
All good. How y'all doing?
Yeah, man. All bless. You already know. Just switching up. There we go. Made this moving, but we'll get into it anyway. Matas, I don't know if you watched. Did you watch Liverpool City?
Bro, I was like, after we ended the watch along, I was like, I'm gonna take like a 10-minute, 15-minute nap.
Hear that?
I was knocked out. I didn't watch a single minute.
I've been napping in between streams the whole day. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. I fully understand. Uzi, I will say, don't worry. Actually, Murtaza, you a UFC fan, right?
100%.
Okay, well, we'll get to that then. See, somebody here will cover your sport. Who will win at UFC 280, Islam or Oliveira?
Oliveira will break every bone in Islam's body. Oliveira is a different beast. You know what I'm saying? His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is second to none. And See, on the ground game, Islam's slightly better, but when it comes to striking, there's no chance. Like, there's no debate. Oliveira's is too good, and this guy has a steel chin. Like, he's a superior fighter. He's number one pound for pound, in my opinion, the best fighter in the UFC, and he's phenomenal, man. He's gonna kill him. He's gonna kill him.
Fair enough. See, I knew somebody would show up, you because I don't really follow UFC, but like I say, continue to get your sporting questions in, even if you have more UFC rums. Now, this is not a calling rums, but if you want the link, let me know and I'll DM it over to you, because it would be great to get a Liverpool perspective. Olu says, is NFL going on right now? Is that why you mentioned in
the Bronx? That means what's his face? Oliveira. That's his nickname.
Okay, right. I didn't know what you were talking about. I seen Bronx, I just automatically thought sport. Olu also goes in to say Oliveira is dangerous from the ground at submissions.
Exactly. He destroyed Dustin Poirier's bitch ass as well. That Louisiana prick, thinking he was tough shit, beating washed up Conor McGregor. When they fought in their prime, Dustin Poirier got his chin flew off his skull. Yeah, when they really fought. So Dustin Poirier talking all that shit. He's just a fake nice guy doing all these charity bullshit when he's really eating all the money up. Weirdo.
Ray's in the chat as well. Big up to Ray, who says, what does he say here? I wasn't confident when I seen Milner starting, but he defended well. Hey, props to Liverpool, man. Liverpool did the business today. He surprised the footballing world. A lot of the players we've been receiving a lot of criticism fairly delivered. Like, everyone was talking about Milner at right back. Milner played well. Joe Gomez has received a lot of criticism. He played well. Van Dijk has received a lot of criticism. He played well. Liverpool defended better as a team. Gave Manchester City a game and were worthy of the win. I think it was only Nunes. He's the only player you can look at, because really Liverpool should have scored more. But some of them chances he missed, obviously when City are pressing high to try and get the equaliser, were criminal, absolutely. And just to respond as well, obviously fan callings are on the Twitch only, people. Just putting that out there. But don't worry, man. Fit him in the schedule. It's just with the NBA, it's going to be tough too. But I'll make sure you get at least one a week somewhere, definitely. Surfer, we'll go to you though. You can go, actually, it's up to you. You can go either the Liverpool City game, you can talk the United Newcastle game, or you can talk your own game, Villa Chelsea. Up to you.
I'll talk my own game because it's not going to matter that much. I think this will be a City Liverpool dominated stream, so I'll just talk about
First.
Listen, we didn't play well. We won 3 points. We move. Kepa had a great game. Mount scored the 2 goals. Yeah. He was shit everywhere else, but he scored the 2 goals, so it all matters to me. People getting on Raheem Sterling's case when he started at right wing back, and it's like but you ain't got the smoke for that rat looking meth addict up front called Havertz. You know what I mean?
Ooh, Jesus,
that guy! I tell you, flawless man. That guy.
Talk about it.
That guy. I think I cheered louder when he got subbed at halftime than any of the goals. He was just pathetic, absolutely pathetic.
I feel your pain,
dude. He's terrible, man. I'll tell you what. I'm serious, man. If we get something like 35, 40 million bill in January, I'm selling his bitch ass. I swear to God.
Really, it's like that.
Yeah, but smoke, and then you got some in this community going, oh yeah, but Raheem Sterling did. Shut your mouth, man. Raheem Sterling did more in that first half. When he went up front and hit the bar, it's like this guy's just he doesn't do anything. At least Mount's doing something. Mount's done something under Potter. I credit Mount for doing things under Potter. Yeah, and now he's adding goals and assists. Havertz does nothing, man. Absolutely nothing. But you know what? He's another thing, But we won. We didn't play well at all. We should have been. Kepa had a great first half, right? They didn't do much second half because Potter changed things, which was good. But yeah, they should have been 2-1 up, I think, going in there. But hey, you know what? Hold that 3 points. We win. We move on.
Fair enough.
It should be. It's an interesting week. We've got Brentford Wednesday and then your mob next Saturday. So
that's gonna be good. That's what I'm saying.
It was a weird game. Very weird game. I was watching and listening to you all watch along at the same time. They sound like 2 weird games today.
Yeah, with ours, And I was thinking about this, obviously, as I'm thinking about the game more after watching it. And the fact I'm happy that I'm not like upset over the 0-0 draw, but I was disappointed. But the fact that I was disappointed goes to show I have some expectations of the team and the manager. Because I've not been disappointed by Manchester United in years. Years. That's the last word I would ever say. Same way, kind of like how I'm not disappointed in Bruno Fernandes's performances. Because I fully understand what Bruno Fernandes is. I know what I'm getting. I know what he's good at. I know what he's bad at. And I seen someone posted on Twitter, legit, I was just looking at it before we went live. And it was like, I think it was his goals, and I think it was either his goals and assists or his goals. I think it is his GNA like contribution per minute and like how it's dwindled. And I think its first season, it was like 79 minutes. Now I believe this season it's at like 405. Someone quote me if I'm wrong. I can't remember, but I've said this all the time. Like, it's crazy how Bruno and Mason Mount are legit like the same, and it seems only one of them can be good at one time.
I never say it. You said Super Saiyan Bruno. I think you got to say for Bruno now he's Super Saiyan Mount.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've said it. You know what I'm saying? When Bruno's playing well, he's Super Saiyan Mount. When Mount's playing well, he's Super Saiyan Bruno. And people reiterate this all the time. When I hear United fans praise Bruno, it's the exact same as when Chelsea fans praise Mount. And then when I hear Chelsea fans criticize Mason Mount, it's the exact same criticism Manchester United fans have of Bruno. But go on,
I just don't get the criticism. Like I say, like people are criticizing like Sterling. It's like, oh, he's not doing much. It's like, okay, so he hit. Okay, so he first of all he started right wing back.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Yeah. Then when he did go up top in the first half, he had a great chance and hit the bar. And then in the second half, Potter knew it wasn't going to be a pretty game, so he just compacted the midfield and left him out front till about the 80th minute or something like that. And then you got some guy on the Chelsea Fans TV channel. They titled the video, "Tuchel could have won these games." Are you mad? Tuchel wouldn't have won these games the way we were playing. Are you absolutely mad? We'd be where Liverpool were like 12th, and they'd have to do like half the table with like 12 teams in it or something like that. But you know what? The streak goes on. He's undefeated in 6 games now, clean sheets as well, 4 games in a row. And, you know, we just move. We just need to rotate the squad properly. That's all.
I hear that.
Brentford Wednesday is going to be tricky, man. It's not going to be an easy game.
Yeah, that won't be easy. I'm still debating what game to do before the United game. I'm either going to watch the Brentford Chelsea game or Liverpool West Ham, but I'll decide closer to the time. Obviously, for those that are confused, United kick off 45 minutes later. So I'm going to start the stream earlier, but I'm just debating which first half to watch, which I'll probably do on the day. But yeah, with United, as I was saying, like, this is the first time in a long time I've genuinely been disappointed. But the sky is not falling. We didn't create a lot, but we created enough to win the game. Like I said, the Fred chance, he should score. That Rashford miss, criminal. Any outfield player missing a free header from 6 yards out is criminal. I said the same about Casemiro against Everton. Unless that's my goalkeeper on the end of that, any outfield player, whether it's my centre-backs, whether it's my full-backs, holding midfielder, attacking midfielder, number 10, which obviously attacking midfielder, winger, striker, it's a free header from 6 yards out. And I think Rashford's actually been effective this season. But you have to score that. And I don't care if it's Rashford, I don't care if that's Casemiro, if that's Fred, if that's Martial, Anthony, whoever. Like, I'm keeping the same energy. Like, you have to score that. But again, I said it after the Omonia game on Thursday. I said it after the Everton game. My only criticism of Manchester United is we're not being clinical enough in front of goals. I'll take that. Like I say, it's a good, again, is that a good result? No, but it's not as bad as people are making out. It's in the Premier League. If we were in a title race, I'd be pissed if we were in a title race at this result. But guess what, people? We're not. So I'm not racing to be the best loser. I'm not. If I could swap a winner yesterday, for a winner against Omonia, I wouldn't swap. If I could swap the two and take the goal and draw against Omonia and get a winner against Newcastle. Because people are like, yeah, we're going to run bants. Like, I've had it, whether it's Liverpool fans, certain Chelsea fans, we're going to finish above you. What, to finish second? So you're going to be a better loser than us. Said it before. You're going to get tired of me saying this, people, because you're going to be seeing me a lot more simply because of the amount of content that's coming up. Europa League is Manchester United's target. And that's what it is. Today's a disappointing result and nothing more. And this is also why I don't think we'll finish top 4, is because I understand how weak our squad is. If I could guarantee our first 11 stayed fit, I'd go, yeah, top 4, definitely. And I still think we'll be in the race, but we've seen it today. Look at our bench. What I'm saying, 2 injuries to Eriksen and Donny, and we're down to the bare bones in midfield. You had Zidane Iqbal and Kobe Mainoo.
Yep.
They are our 2. If Fred or Casemiro get injured, there are 2 options entering the pitch to play Newcastle, who a lot of people see as the best of the rest.
I was saying that on our bench was better than yours, but
yeah,
like it had Koulibaly on it, and everyone was going, "Oh, why isn't Koulibaly playing?" I'm thinking he's going to keep one of these centre backs on the bench regularly because we lost Fofana, right?
Right.
After these 3, I don't know who the centre back would be if one of them got injured.
Because you got Koulibaly, Thiago Silva,
and then Reece James could play on the back.
Reece James
but
is
he's
injured,
now out, so it's like I can understand why he puts one centre back on there because just in case, like I tell you what, Thiago went down like right at the end of the game after we already made a sub, and I could hear the collective Chelsea fans go, like held their breath, and then they went, phew, it's all good. But that's what I mean. It's very interesting. I tell you what, man. I don't know what's going to be like for international managers when they go to pick their squad to the World Cup because there's going to be many players missing from this World Cup. You are not going to. There's going to be. You know what? I bet between now and then there's going to be I know Pogba's probably out.
Yeah,
but there's going to be a massive name that may miss this World Cup. Everyone goes, I hope it doesn't happen. But say if Neymar gets injured or something,
a main one in it who can impact the tournament,
shit like that. You really want him to go because look at yesterday. Even like Jez will probably speak of it. Richarlison went off yesterday. Yeah,
Richarlison
did go. Thigh problem.
Yeah, there was something in the calf in that area.
Yeah,
like,
those are tricky, man. The calves.
Yeah, like obviously he got evaluated today, so I'm probably gonna find out tomorrow what's up with him. But I know it's weird because obviously some people think it's not a big loss, but I'm looking at it from the player's perspective as well. Like with Charleston's spot like 25, 26. So the next time the World Cup's around, he's 30. So time literally flies, and it's just like I actually want him to be there. And
I hear that.
It's not like he's not an important part of the team as well. It's just another reason why I want him to go. But
look at who he subbed. Look who got subbed for him yesterday. It wasn't like another attacker. It was like Basuma.
Yeah, Basuma came on.
It wasn't like.
Ironically, I think ironically that helped us even more.
It did.
That's for another.
It did.
But still our next, because Kulusevski got again injured in training. And our next attacking option is Lucas Moura, who we don't want to see on the pitch. So, yeah, man, it's telling you, man.
You got these guys as well. You know what it is? You've got these guys even probably pushing themselves too much to try and get back quicker, so they don't miss the World Cup and they get injured again.
That could happen.
So look at Kante. Look at Kante. Supposed to be out 7 weeks. Gets injured again in training. Out for 3 months now.
3 months. What was the injury? What's the injury for Kante?
It's a hamstring.
Okay. Fair.
So he's probably got back and stretched again, what he shouldn't have done, or something like that, or ran. He's out for 3 months. Reece James out for 8 weeks. It's like these guys are rushing themselves back for World Cup. I understand you want to play for your country at World Cup, but if I was like in my early 20s, I would go. If I got an injury, I'd go.
You have to look at the bigger picture. Yeah, you gotta look long term.
Yeah, you got to go. I'm 22, 23. I can go to at least 1, maybe 2 more World Cups.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like,
facts.
I'd rather go to one in America anyway.
But this is
just putting out there. I will be there at that one. I'm going to that World Cup. You know what I'm saying? Putting it out there, 100%. Yeah, go on, Jess.
But this was the overall issue that I had when you had a World Cup literally mid-season, and like then. For me, it's just disturbs everything, and it's not like these guys will have a massive break as well, because obviously these teams will be organizing mini pre-seasons, playing against other clubs before the season starts as well. So obviously these players will not be involved, but the players that are at the club, they need to get some sort of game fitness done before the boxing day matches are coming up as well. So it's like, I really didn't like the whole idea of it's something different, but it's something that I didn't need to see. And like I don't mind things being different sometimes, but certain things I don't want to see them being different. And I think the World Cup should have just been in the summer.
I hear what you're saying in that. As much as it's both, because I'm looking at it like from a football fan perspective, World Cup in the summer is all well and good. But then I look at it from a content creative perspective, it's good whether it's in the summer or it's like around Christmas times as well. So it's kind of like, yeah, it
goes both ways.
Yeah, like it's legit. I look at it as like, yo, damn, it's football. But I hear what you're saying. Time to Shine says the Rashford chance is a wild. Yeah, it's a wild miss. And if he scores, we're having a different conversation. But I understand what it is. I understand that, yo, these players ain't good enough. That's not just that Rashford. Can they be effective at times? Yes, but I've watched Rashford, Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno, Fred. I used those 4 today. I've seen them at my club long enough to know what this is. I know for where Manchester United are trying to go, then players will get moved on. This is why I give leeway to Anthony, because you've just got here. Eriksen showed today again how much of a big miss he is, but we know Eriksen's quality. Casemiro was fine. Like all the people like, oh, Casemiro pace to the Premier League and did it. Casemiro was fine today. Like we know Fred is not good enough. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's now a squad player. We know Bruno, like, is not good enough. We know Cristiano Ronaldo is not good enough.
These Fred stands, as soon as you mean quality in the midfield, you will see.
Yeah, you see the difference.
Let me speak once.
Yeah, go on. You can go. Go on. And we will continue to get to your questions or the members as well. And Ahmed's also in the building. But go on, Metaza. Floor's yours. Go on.
Yep. The one thing I will say, a takeaway from this game is, I've had too much of these rival fans bantering our stadium. We just need to renovate. You know what I'm saying? We need to, get rid of all the holes. We need new investment in our stadium, because we also need to call pest control. You know what I'm saying? Get all the rats out.
I know where you're going now. I was thinking, why are you setting
get
up?
Get all the rats out, and it's a win-win, because Bruno can leave with all of his friends. You know what I'm saying? Just
there we go.
It can be better that way, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but McTominay won the Fred battle. Scott McTominay, the one out of the Chuckle Brothers, I think was the worst one. He's actually proved to be better somehow. Because Fred today, my word, if I speak, I'm in trouble. The performance I saw today, this guy is unacceptable. Like, he was just a different level of ass. Like, there's ass, and then there's what Fred did today. Like, he's just so bad. And you know what I'm saying? Like, these guys, what I don't get is, like, guys like Fred, Bruno, Havertz, Mason Mount. Like, these guys have actual stands. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, how do you just support such a mid player? Like Ahmed, like, he supports Gallagher. Like how do you do that? Like, it's beyond me. At least pick a good player.
No, I'm just saying, bro, this is just all the level of football just went on.
This Fred, man, oh my god! Like, I'd rather see like one of the 14-year-olds all he's coaching than him, bro. Like, he was so bad.
Did you see what he's wearing?
What?
See what Ahmed's wearing?
They lost. Fuck you! You lost to the New York Jets. Fuck you, Ahmed.
I'm not a fan. I just got this from Primark. It was like
yeah.
Oh,
Marcel, before you might continue, Marcel, big up on your win. We got over 40 of you lot locked in. Hit the like button on the video. Let's get up to 40 likes. There's over 40 of you lot here. Share this across the socials. Let's get over 50 people in here, please. And please subscribe if you're new as well. Time to Shine says, what formation did Chelsea play? Did you lot, was it wing backs, I'm guessing?
it was wing backs. Because I told you, Sterling was playing right wing back.
Shout out my guy Sterling, you get what I'm saying? Shout out my guy Sterling and that.
Hey, criticize him, guys. Criticize him. Yeah.
Surf jinxing the French Rashford. Like I say, yo,
nah.
He's the Super Saiyan 3 Rashford. And like I said, if you're Super Saiyan 3, get him to my club. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking Mbappe in a heartbeat.
Oh, okay.
Taking Mbappe in a heart. You see our attack today? Yes. If you are not Manchester City and you don't take Mbappe, you don't want what's best for your football club. I'm sorry. Yes, you can say things about attitude and arrogance and all those things, but what about why do we always look at the glasses half empty and not half full? If he gets that right, if you sign him and you get it right, he elevates your club. To me, he takes your whole club up another level. If you think you're level B, he takes you to A. If you think you're C, he takes you to B and so forth. He's that good. And we've seen him have an impact. That's the crazy part. We've watched him impact games. We've on both club and country on the European scale. Say all the time, he helped his team get to a European final. You know how tough it is to get to a European final? That's Pep. I'm saying. People putting him in GOAT conversations and they're the greatest team, and they are all of those things. He is one of the greats. City have a great team. How come they only made one final? Because that shit ain't easy. Word to Saeed, it's not. It's not.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Big up Lewis in the cut as well. Yes, family. What you saying, man? You good?
What are you saying, guys? Up the Chelsea.
Bless, man.
We made it. You made it out the hood.
Yeah.
See.
Looks like Lewis's Havertz prop has finally won, and he's won.
Yeah. Man. Oh, yeah, we gonna talk.
We've all lost about one.
Weren't you the one with the Havertz jersey?
No, he's won. He's won.
Yeah,
what have I won?
I just turned on his guy.
He's actually proved. He's proved it.
No. Ahmed, 2 weeks ago, you was holding this guy's shit up on the stream.
My striker, my number 9.
He's right, man. Today,
you and Ryan really are the same guy. Ryan's almost clubbing again.
I can't lie to you.
Crazy.
I can't lie to you, man. Like today's performance, bro. No. It was like today's performance.
It's like
he
a
really
giraffe on the
was
pitch.
terrible. Yeah, man. He got taken for half time. That should tell you how bad it was.
Yeah.
Havertz is Havertz. I've just been saying it. Big up Potter for not having favourites and realising he's crap. But everyone else was poor. Like, it was a Kepa masterclass and good Potter second half substitutions. And everything else is just a bit mid. Like, I'm just happy we won, really. But can't really sit here and say that we played well. Like, I just thought we shored it up in the second half when we needed to. But that first half was a fucking pinball.
Hey, Lewis, though, but, midfield was an issue, but, still Jorginho's fault, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's Jorginho's fault that we play so poor in the midfield, isn't it? It's not like when he came on, we were better, but don't say that to half this fan base.
Yeah.
But yeah, on a level, Kepa, like, big up. Matt's going to be creaming himself, but you know what? He deserves all the prop he's getting. That's the first time he's been properly tested, and he passed that test with flying colours. That's like my only real positive out of that game. Yeah, the Mount goals are nice. Like, it's good to see him still popping up with goals and assists, but the overall performance wasn't great. And from a neutral perspective, both those goals are handed. Awful mistake on the first goal, awful positioning on the second. We capitalized, we moved, but it wasn't amazing or nothing. Just take it and move.
Yeah, no, I'm watching.
Yeah, Paul says, very big up to you, Paul. Very poor miss from Rashford. No doubt he's overthinking stuff, trying too hard with the World Cup upon us. Nah, I don't think it's anything to do with the World Cup. That's just Rashford in a nutshell. We've seen him miss chances before. And I'm a fan of Rashford. I've said this before. Can he be effective? Yes. We see it in certain games. Can he be an effective squad player? Also, yes. Do I believe he can be a part of a squad that's successful at Manchester United? Yes, because of the attributes he has. We've seen it. But that was nothing to do with the World Cup or anything. That's just Rashford.
He's going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
We know he's going to the World Cup.
That's just
pick this guy. He's going.
Yeah. That's just Rashford in a nutshell, and why I was pissed at the time that he missed, but I'm not angry afterwards. I'm not disappointed afterwards. Like, I understand Rashford's level. I'm just glad to see him performing at a better level than he has been at recently. But I know for where Manchester United are trying to go, he's not good enough. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he can be an effective squad player. Said it before, we've seen him have an impact. Like, it transitioned. He's your guy. Counter-attacking, the spacing behind, Rashford's the man you want. 110%. He's one of the best. Easily. Give him space to run into, he will. Now, when it comes to breaking, that's a holder, but that's why you have a squad and you have different players. And I like that Ten Hag's getting more out of Rashford in terms of performances, because I've been heavily critical of Rashford and said if we did sell him, I wouldn't mind. But I've been surprised by his performance levels so far, considering Martial did get injured and then he was playing centrally. And for all his limitations up front, we're still getting some performances out of him. So, but yeah, I understand. It's like, why am I just like Ryan being on here and I get mad that he has a bad take. It's like, it's Ryan. Like, I'm fully understand who I'm talking to and who I'm dealing with.
Do you know why Rashford is trying to do the little Bandulu thing, by the way?
What do you mean?
Isn't he like he's like trying to like rush himself to score, like do all this terrible? He's like I think 2 off 100 United goals. If I'm not.
See, I don't even think it's anything to do with that. Today's miss was just a bad.
No, that's just Rashford though.
Today was just
Rashford.
That's when Rashford
the last few performances, though, he's just been. Yeah, it's been mad.
No, he wasn't good against Omoni, but again,
like, the misses he had in Omoni was mad.
Yeah, but it's all about. But Rashford's been missing those chances.
I know.
Yeah, so first, think of the 1920 season, right? Remember when Martial bagged 20 as well? that COVID season.
Yeah,
Rashford was doing the same shit, right? That was at his peak, right?
Yeah.
He was doing the same shit. Like I remember, like he's always been like this. He's not a clinical finisher per se. He always gets himself into really good positions, but doesn't have always the final product. So
74
I'm not
yeah.
concerned with that. The one thing I will say is, like, I'm happy with how our wingers played today and the fact that we're creating so many chances. Like, Ten Hag ball is working. Like, Newcastle aren't a bum side. Like, they're a decent side.
I was going to
They're
get into
sixth
that
in
as
the
well.
they're sixth in the Premier League. Their midfield is really good in my opinion. Like Bruno Gomes is one of the best like young midfielders in the league we have, and he was
shout
really
out to Linton, my brother.
yeah he was really good too. And so yeah, but I think we created enough chances. We just didn't have the final product to just finish it off, and we also created a bunch of half chances. I think if we have a better number 10 there,
Well, enough quality.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have enough quality, so like we were getting Bruno the ball in the right positions, and he tried to find the pass, but it wasn't good enough. If that makes sense. So I'm happy with that.
Man.
Anthony, dude, Dan Burn got hooked. He was on a yellow card. Like Anthony was cooking him. Sancho was cooking as well. He was being aggressive. Finally, driving with the ball. Like I'm happy. I'm not even.
The problem is though, Mortaza. Yeah, you know this more than anyone. You can cook a player. But the problem is, it doesn't matter if you could or not. You need to be able to assist or get the key pass for the goal, and that's what matters most. It doesn't matter,
I hear that. I hear that, but that's not on. I feel like that's not on him. He's doing his job and getting the ball to the player, but the other player also has to score. Like he can't just he can't assist by the way he walking them into the goal. You know what I mean? Like that's just my only thing. If we have like a Martial in there, I think we go.
On top of that, yeah, them things there, sorry to cut you off, make sense. Like in terms of you take out two of our best attackers, of course we go like the attacking on what they're saying. I actually didn't think our wingers was too bad today. Could they have done more? Yes, but even if both Sancho and Anthony played 10 out of 10 with Bruno and Ronaldo, you are getting nothing. Exactly. That is a recipe for disaster. There's no link up there. There's nothing. Zero. Like and so I knew that the creativity is gonna have like Sancho or Anthony have to be at 10. Like Newcastle ain't gonna be. Yeah, go on, Brian.
So again, I didn't watch your game, so I don't know. I was watching was it
Chelsea game.
either Seamus FC or the stream he did on Saeed's channel, one of them. You guys were saying Eriksen's injured. How did he get injured?
Oh, it was just illness.
He was just ill, yeah.
Just ill.
Oh,
that's why Rashford was on the bench because he was just
got the cold.
But but in regards to like you take out two of our better players, of course, but I'm not gonna that's why I'm just like not shocked. I know about Ronaldo. Go back to last season. I was speaking on Ronaldo and Bruno. Go back to the season before. I was talking about Bruno and not wanting Ronaldo. I understand where these players are at. And some people will say we're the sixth best team in the league and Newcastle are the best of the rest. So 6 played 7 and we drew. Like I say, the sky, like man said it, and I keep using this. The sky is not the sky is not falling. You know what I'm
saying? It shouldn't be falling. No. Like I think this is like the problem with United is it's just the finishing. Like it's just like Chelsea last season. You have the system. You saw and Ten Hag is giving the system. It's just about your players being clinical enough, basically, to put the ball into the back of the net.
I don't think finishing is a problem for Man United.
No, it has been in these past 3 games. It has been, I would say.
But has that not been down to injuries?
No, that's not injuries. Because Rashford should score today.
Barring Martial,
miss ahead of him 6 yards out.
Everyone there is available. Barring Martial and Eriksen.
Yeah,
but I don't think. I'm actually feel with Brian. I don't think United have a finishing issue. They're just not on it in recent times. That's the issue.
Yeah.
I'd say the past 3 games it's been an issue. The past 3 games.
That's what I'm saying.
For me, on a consistent basis, watching Man United, I trust you guys to finish your chances more often than not. So I think you're fine.
No, I actually think part of it is because like. You've been playing the same squad pretty much, bar like 1 or 2 players, maybe in the CDM or like the CM areas. And that might be a problem, particularly when you're basically playing 2 games a week. And your bench is light.
But let's be honest, but in recent times, though, I just don't think even like in that area where Fred played today, if Eriksen played there, totally different games because again, it's another outlet.
Well, that's the point, though.
I know, but Eriksen did play midweek though, and obviously, only issue was just the finishing. Like I said, for me, I think the biggest issue is not really the squad. Of course it's the squad, but I'm just saying in recent times, the quality in the final third just hasn't been there. But I don't think it's a consistent issue. I think, let's say, because they play us midweek, if the finishing is going to be on it on the weekend, then I can't really say then finishing is the issue. Then I should say, because at the end of the day, we all know United's squad, especially up front, needs some work in it. And end of the day, like, I don't think United's season will depend on their attackers finishing their chances, because I can trust them to finish their chances. Like, bro, all they had these guys scoring goals. Like Martial was scoring goals, Rashford was scoring goals, Bruno was scoring goals. So it's not even an issue of finishing. It's just the quality. We will be questioning United's season based on obviously what they achieved, but if they don't achieve what United fans thought they was going to achieve, then we look at the quality of the squad rather than just an aspect. Like last season, for example, for Chelsea, I say finishing was probably of the main reasons why Chelsea didn't achieve what they should have achieved, in my opinion. Exactly.
What's the reason, mate? What's some of the reasons?
Well, exactly. But I wouldn't say something like that about United. I'd say my main reason would be because of the quality.
Yeah, finishing is one of the best things about Man United. You're finishing. Again, fine. Like, I don't know. Maybe the thing is against low block is the creativity that breaks sides down, because you didn't have Eriksen today, right? You had to play.
Yeah, but the thing is, we still created enough to win the game, which is why I'm pleased about. Yeah. We didn't create a lot. Yeah, we created enough to, like, Fred missed the open net and Rashford missed the header from 6 yards out.
Oh yeah, that Rashford header, was that the one where? I watched a highlight. Casemiro,
yeah, it's right near the end. Yeah, Casemiro outside of the
quality.
And it's crazy. It's crazy how the Casemiro doubters and haters have shut up as well. You know what I'm saying? That's mad. A bit like the Martinez haters, because defensively, again, he was quality. He's been one of our outstanding players and been one of the best players in the league. But people don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? People are talking about his height like he was on Plenty of Fish or Tinder or whatever. But we see you.
But they're still not good enough for the league, though, Flawless, man.
Yeah, that's why not good enough. You know what I'm saying?
That's where you've improved most, is defense.
Well, defensively, fine. Defensively today, yeah, Joe Linton hit the bar a couple times, but other than that, it's not like we got carved open and the Hayes making save after save after save. Defensively, fine. Offensively is the problem.
I think United need to focus on position, like different positions, because your defense has improved now. So you don't need to focus on your defense anymore. You need to improve.
We've improved in the summer, but we need to improve again January and then improve in the next summer and so forth.
It's your midfield. You need to improve.
We do. I think it's everything, all of them. Yeah, midfield definitely, also attacking areas.
I'm about not do it all straight away, because you need to get
together. Can I address this from Ray Millie?
Yeah, I was going to get to this. So waiting on Prime to come out hiding, this guy had the nerve to say Chelsea won the same amount of trophies as Liverpool in the last 5 years. We need a live fact check to humble someone.
Well, first of all, I wasn't the only one who said it on the stream. Other Chelsea fans everyone else agreed with me. And two, I'm talking about the period from when, Jurgen Klopp's come to the Prem, not necessarily just 5 years. Since Klopp's been
here, even 5 years, you might be right.
Hold on, since Klopp's been here, all the trophies you've won, we've won the same, probably barring the FA Cup, I think.
League Cup.
Barring the League Cup. Sorry. So, like, there's not much of it. This is your great period where you play amazing rock and roll football and you bottle 2 title races, and yet Chelsea are doing the exact same thing.
But Prime, if you actually think about it, our cup, we've won the same amount, but we swapped their League Cup for Europa League, and our trophy hall's better. Oh well.
Yeah.
Same thing.
They won the Europa League in that time.
I'm just saying it's not. You are right, sir. I was wrong. Ours is better than theirs. My bad.
Yeah, same amount and better.
Thank you, Ray. I knew I was wrong somewhere.
It is, Ray.
We have more quality. This one's telling you, man.
Hey, it's just the standard of our clubs, man. You guys praise one Premier League in 31 years. That's just the standard of our clubs. It's okay. We
could be in our worst period and still win a mate.
Listen, Ray Millie, if you say 5 years, it's 2022. In 2017,
no. Okay, so we go. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, let's be pedantic. Okay, so from 17 to 22, you want to do this? Okay, let's do this. Premier League 17, FA Cup 18, Europa League 19, Champions League 21, Super Cup 21. and Club World Championship
FA
22.
Cup 2017.
Mm-hmm. No, I said that. Liverpool Champions League 19, League 20, Club
Super
World
Cup
Cup,
as well.
Super Cup 20, Club World Cup 21, League Cup and FA Cup 22. You've won the same amount, bro. Just.
And Andrew, we've reached more cup finals. You're missing out the cup final Lampard reached. You're missing out the one Sarri got to. You're missing out the one Tuchel got to in his half season. You're missing out the 2 cup finals we got to last season as well. So we could have had more trophies. So.
I just enjoy the trophies you win, man. You don't know when you're going to win them next. That's all. Look at
Trust me.
I'm not doing this to so.
Hey, sure, man. You know what I'm saying?
Look at the time. It's going to be 6 years. It's going to be 6 years. Even if they win something this year, it'll be 6 years. So
yeah, man. You know, you're going era, and we're still winning the same trophies as you. Hold that. Only got more quality.
If you can't win the Prem, take on all the other trophies you can. When Man United were racking up title after title after title, look what Arsenal did. Arsenal just focused on the FA Cups, and that's why they have.
Yeah, now they become FA Cup pause.
Exactly. So, do what Arsenal do. Focus on the Carabao Cups, man. Focus on that. Do what you got to do to get
FA Cup.
I don't judge.
You know,
nothing wrong with being a domestic club.
Yeah, man. That's what we all are anyway.
I just watched the Arsenal game right now, yeah. Yo, I can't lie to you, man. Patrick Bamford in the second half did a violation on these, man. I can't believe he didn't score, man.
Yeah, he didn't do shit, man.
Bro, I can't, bro. He literally did everything, yeah. But
I think you and Devin said it earlier on the stream, but somebody in a group chat that it was saying if Bamford was American, he probably would have been a better shooter.
Wow.
Yo.
If you get what you mean.
People are crazy. Flawless, do you share the Ericsson concern, says Black Diamond? Nah, because I believe because of what happened, he's being monitored very closely. Like as much as like medical staff can like be, and not necessarily Manchester United, but just medical staff can be fugazi. Not only do I believe the medical staff and the manager are 110% on it, Ericsson's 110% on it because of what happened. So I don't think there's anything to worry about. Like he was ill. We don't know what I don't know any more information. Maybe you do, but Black Diamond in terms of what it was. But I believe Ericsson will be fine. And he would have, in terms of minutes, because I think he will play a lot of minutes for us this season, they would have ran tests to see. Like if he was unable to be playing football at the highest level and playing a lot of minutes, I don't think he's out there. Because then, God forbid, something happens to him again, they're liable.
It would be very
that like the people around him in the club are liable if they didn't do their due diligence. We've seen this kind of happen with the whole Conor Ben Eubank Jr. And it's like it says something that happened badly to Eubank Jr. and obviously Conor Ben's tested positive and reports have come out saying he tested positive earlier. They're liable. You know what I'm saying the people who knew.
Yeah,
and that's it. Like that's bigger than sport. We're literally talking like. I can't remember. I was watching an interview in the IFL and a guy mentioned it, but it's not murder, but it's not manslaughter, but it's something that's kind of like.
It's like third degree. It would be third degree murder, something like that. What it would be? It would be third degree murder, yeah. Because second and first is like it's premeditated, but it was third one. It would technically not be premeditated, but because you've willingly put yourself on PEDs or something like that, and you've tried to basically go into a fight with someone who's already have this stuff and you know about it, then it would be.
That's what I'm saying. So I fully believe in Ericsson. They're fully on it, including himself. I think Ericsson's the guy who's most on it.
Do you think Ericsson will be available for Tottenham? Because that's a good game, I think.
If it's just illness, yeah. But he's going to be needed against both London clubs, both Spurs and United.
Where's the Spurs game?
It's at Old Trafford.
It's at the cemetery. It's at the cemetery, OT. So,
where's
those other teams come here and die? That's why, I hear
that's why the football's been dead for the past.
Chelsea's
at London Bridge. Yeah. You had two Taliban. You can shut up, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Man, talk about two Taliban, bro. Go fix those little tin pots.
I respect some Tommy Tuchel.
Flawless. I'm only asking because
first it was the museum. You know what I mean?
No.
That don't count. That don't count.
You know what?
That's like what that's like.
Roof,
that's like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. We don't count it. You know what I'm saying?
No. Tokyo Drift is quality. I can't lie.
You would like it. You would like the worst one. You know what? Because you know what's crazy? Ahmed, you know who else likes who likes
Literally, I wasn't
Patrick
about to say
Murray's
it.
Tokyo Drift?
Ryan.
Have a
Someone
guess.
said-
Have a guess.
Ryan.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. Ryan's favorite Fast and Furious movie is Tokyo Drift.
No, it's not his favorite, but he likes it.
But he
It's
likes
clearly
it.
the
No, but that's my
franchise.
favorite. That's my favorite one out of the whole.
But out of what? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah, man. Tokyo Drift.
But this is the thing, though.
What's your
This is
second?
where I thought, but this is where.
I think maybe 6 or 7, something like that. But I've always been.
Get out
Yeah,
there, man.
Yeah,
You don't
man.
say
Yeah. We
five.
just you really are
Yeah.
BLM Ryan.
Yeah,
We just
listen.
keeping it moving.
Listen, anyway, yeah.
Black
Let's
Diamond.
focus
Yeah, go on.
on the tier
Black
of
Lives
numbers.
Matter, man.
Yeah, his
So,
agent
let's
mentioned
focus
his
on the tier of
minutes.
numbers, man.
His agent mentioned his minutes were being better managed at Brentford. Yeah, they probably because he's playing less minutes
Yeah,
at Brentford.
in Brentford, yeah, you could say
Play once a
obviously.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Playing less
also,
minutes.
but even once a week, he wasn't always playing 90 minutes. He was also
Yeah, he was on
sometimes
the
he came
bench
on as
for
a sub.
Saturday.
Yeah.
But whereas at
Yeah.
Man United, he's their best midfielder. So like, even though he probably shouldn't be playing, he has to because they don't have anyone else.
And here's the thing with that. Like I said, that's
Affecting
on
long-term
Ericsson.
now.
That's on Ericsson's people. That's on the manager. That's on the Manchester United medical staff to look at that. They should be, and I'm sure this was in detail spoken about before he got here. I'm not even saying you're wrong, Black Diamond. I'm saying I trust everybody to do the right thing. Especially, and Ericsson's he's gonna be the one monitoring this. Ericsson knows himself. Because like I say, God forbid, touch wood, it don't happen. But if something happens and his minutes weren't managed and it all came out, people are liable. Like we say, like this, no, that is more than the sky is falling. That is the universe falling when we're talking life or death situation. Because I don't want to see that on anybody. I'm not just talking like this because he's a United fan. This could be a player of any club. It could be Liverpool, it could be Arsenal, it could be City. This is life or death.
Yeah, that could have been the end of your club, big man. Yeah, I can't lie to you, man.
So especially, yeah, absolutely. But I trust as much as my club do stupid things, I believe this is being managed, and I think he's going to get injured. Like just
How
in
long
general.
is his contract?
1 year.
I don't even know.
I think it's
I swear he's
Is it 3 year deal? I don't even know.
I'm assuming
think so.
I'm assuming worst case scenario next season he's going to be a squad player. You'll have someone by next season.
Yeah, well, have some. The thing is, what's crazy is the player who could replace him has also been injured. Is Donny van der Beek. That's also what it is. The player who's the perfect fit to go and play that type of role would have been Donny. Like Donny probably plays today.
Yeah.
He plays the Europa League games. 3-year deal.
3-year deal.
So not only is Ericsson playing more minutes, the guy who can fill his role, he's also injured because Donny plays today. He plays in them Europa League games, but I don't even know he's been injured.
I mean, rumor has it Bruno was playing as an 8 in Portugal.
He does play. You mean you're talking about the national team or in general?
Yeah, his national team.
No, I'm talking about when he plays for. I'm saying United should play.
When
When
he
he was
Portugal.
at Sporting, at times he was playing in the 8 and in the 10, obviously.
Jazz. You didn't take the job too seriously. It's cool.
No, but I'm just saying, like, because obviously it's weird because like it's weird when I see him playing 8 because like he doesn't have the composure playing 8. You know what I mean? So it's like kind of weird.
He's just not very good. Is he a better 8 than he is a 10? Yes, but he's just not very good.
It's very confusing. I'd rather have him far away from the midfield and just concentrate on going forward than just having him in the
bench.
midfield.
Man, here we are. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that still, but if you have to play him.
I get your point. C1 says, apparently, you lot continue to get your questions in. Get your questions in. There's now over 50 of you lot in there. Let's share this. Let's get this over 60. Apparently, Bruno, Fred had disaster classes. They didn't even have disaster classes. They played like Fred and Bruno. Like, it's disaster class if their levels above this. Were they both poor? Yes, but they're both not very good. So to say it's a disaster class, don't understand. That's why when we was on Shameless on Lewis's channel, make sure you go check it out as well. And Ryan's getting onto Jordan Henderson. I'm like, you know Jordan.
What the hell, Jordan?
How about play? Nah, not today, just in general. You know what I'm saying? And that. And I'm like, how about you get onto your favorites and your top class players?
I hear that, Falls, but they still like I know they're not good players, but this was just like another level. Like
poor players played even worse than usual. So average players playing below par. We know they're not good enough.
Wallace, I think it's different when you compare it to Henderson because Henderson doesn't have any he doesn't have any stands or protectors. Like people like Fred and Bruno And I can also compare it to players at Chelsea as well. Like before Mount started performing these last few games, these guys have heavy player stats. So when they have bad games, they'll get protected. And that's why it needs to be called out.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'll call it out. Like if Bruno and Fred played poorly, I'll say they played poorly. But what I don't get is mad about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll say they played poorly, yes. But why am I've watched Bruno. Has Bruno been here, 3 years now? Has he been? Mm-hmm. Fred has been here, 4 years now? Like, when do you just have to realize? It's like being in work and you're working at a job for 4 or 5 years and one of your colleagues is a dick. And then you surprise he does dickhead things. You know he's a dick. You've worked with him for 4 or 5 years. You know what this is. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sarcastic asshole. This is well known. This is like watching Sarcasm City TV. You know what I'm saying? For however long you've been watching it. And then surprised when I say certain shit.
So he's admitted. So he's admitted.
Like, I'm a sarcastic. I'm a sarcastic asshole. Like, that's I've never not admitted it. I am sarcastic.
Yeah, he said that
the keys in the title of the channel. We even name the channel. You know what I'm saying? My point is, it's like being surprised by that. Or Flawless made a joke about such and such. I've been doing this the entire time.
You see
like,
it?
This is
Flawless admitting he's a world-class striker.
Yeah, I said, I am. It's like I said back to little bro. Like it's like a bad take from Ryan and being absolutely shocked by it. You know what I'm saying? Like you've watched him long enough make bad take after bad take. So that's why I don't get on Bruno's case. And he's not going to get any better.
Take, Ryan.
You know what I'm saying? That Lewis loves it because it's great for chaos and it creates conversation.
I just want Ten Hag. I just want Ten Hag to have the balls. I just want Ten Hag to have the balls to just drop him. Bro, play a youth player, play Iqbal. Isaac Hansen's been balling out. He's a number 10 in the academy. Like he scored like 2 goals and an assist on Chelsea's under 21 the other day. Like he's been doing really well. Just play them, bro. Like if something is the only thing I get upset as is when you know something is not working and you persist with it. That's the issue. The if you go on Google, the definition of insanity is waking up, doing the same things over and over again, and expecting a different result.
Yeah,
we know these players are. We know these players are bad. Just a second, Ahmed. Let me land. We know these players are ass, right? But if we continue to play them and expect a different result, I mean, we're just the dickheads at the end of the day. And I'm not calling Ten Hag a dickhead, obviously. I don't blame him because he has no other choice, and it's really hard to go to a youth player over a guy you just signed in the summer to another 2-3 year extension. So I don't blame him per se, but I just want him to have just the cojones to drop him and then, bro, bring in a youth player just to give him a kick in the ass to say, bro, you just stop doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
What I'll also say with that is whether a player is below average, good or whatever, it's about getting the most out of him as well and seeing what you can do. And I hear that. If he was to play a youth player, I see both sides. I understand why he wouldn't throw a youth player in the file. I also understand why people would want to see that. I get it, like 110%. But I understand again, and Black Diamond mentioned it earlier, and I should have started when he was like, I understand rival fans getting on to Manchester United as a club, but just realize because they're going to rival us and make it shit bigger than it is because that's what you do. Like all rival fans.
We're going to play Devil's Advocate though.
I was going to say something just quickly.
Go on, let Jez go in and you can go. I mean, go on, Jez.
It's literally like a quick line.
Go on, Ahmed. If it's a quick line, go on.
Yeah,
it's a bad joke.
It just looks like Murtaz is like a Carrington boy. Yeah, is that what you're saying right now?
Huh? Bro, it's not even bad because
he's an advocate. He's an advocate for the youth players, but I know he wants.
Ahmed, the only reason I say that is because we have no other players. You know what I mean? Like the only midfielders on our bench today were Carrington players, were youth players. So that's the only option we can go to. It's not that I want these guys because, I mean, you could say I'm a Carrington like that because that's kind of the history of our club. So a lot of like other people like, oh, you just La Cobham, this, that. I own it. Like I watch youth football, like not in a weird way. Just I like to watch them, and they're really good. Cool. Yeah. So it's really good. So and I have stocks invested in them. So that's the only reason. And since they're the only players available, that's why I'm advocating for them to start over these, overused players as well. Like I mean, to be fair to him, he has played pretty much every single game, you know what I'm saying? So I don't blame him for that as well, but something's got to give, you know what I'm saying? Something's got to change because as well as we're playing and creating chances, to take that one step further, there's something we got to switch up. So I would rather even. This is coming from me. I would put Alanga on the left and then Sancho in the 10 just to switch it up more.
God,
So
you know
this
me
is
down when you're advocate for Alanga.
for
Jesus.
Anthony Alanga or Garnacho.
Hey,
Yeah,
nah, put some
Alanga
respect on Welbeck, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a quality Premier
or
League striker.
Garnacho.
Hey,
Garnacho's
Big
a
up
good
like
player,
that,
you know.
generational.
Lambeck, you know, man.
Big up a Langtro, man. Big up a Langtro. That's what I'm saying.
I know that ain't a Kai Havertz stand laughing and clapping hands. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
You know what I'm
Are we
saying?
talking about Callum puts in a Langcho?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hilarious.
okay.
Why did Manchester?
Ah,
Ashley says, why did Manchester United not have a striker? I mean, they knew Martial injury prone and Ronaldo agent. Yeah, that was a mistake on our part. I said it the entire go back and watch Man United. I said we need two strikers. I'm still saying even with Martial fit and Ronaldo playing, we need two strikers. I've said this for the longest. Go and sign one in January and go sign one in the summer. We need two strikers. We are short in terms of not only quantity, we are short in terms of quality in the attacking areas. But I know Ten Hag wasn't gonna, you know what I'm saying, land here and fix everything in one window. It ain't Football Manager, it's not FIFA. But I like what he's fixed so far. I like the direction we're going in. This is why I'm so confident. And I stand on this of winning the Europa League. I don't care who drops down from the champs. I've been saying this the entire time. And the window we had surprised me because we had a very good window. I like all the players that we brought in that window. I like how they've all fit into the side. I like how Ten Hag is moving. I like the fact he's getting more out of the players I don't rate. We're probably, I don't know where we are in the league, but I'm guessing it's like 5th, 6th, 7th, around that. 6. So we're roundabouts where we should be. We're going to get through our Europa League group. Whether we finish first or second, I fully believe we'll finish first. And people are like, oh, Flawless, why are you talking with Chess? Your team? Because like, I back the manager and I back the players we have. I know this is a foreign concept to some. But, you know, we
back the manager, man. Back the manager, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And plus, your team, like, I know your season was horrible last season, but like, not even that bad as your squad. Like, in terms of being able to finish, 5th, 6th, maybe 4th, or get to Europa League semi-final or final. Your squad should be doing that anyways.
I agree.
So that's not, or maybe not squad. Your 11, 12, 13 should be doing that. So
yeah. Right, I agree that, and that's how I'm looking at it. And I was saying Europa League target that before we signed anybody. Then when I see who we signed, I'm like, yeah. Again, is there teams who can hurt us? Yes, we're not clear. We're not head again. People get it wrong when I talk confidently and get it misconstrued that I'm being arrogant about my team. No, I'm just backing my team and saying anybody we play, I expect us to win over 2 legs, including Champions League dropouts. Because I don't fear anybody. Respect, yes. I don't fear any of these. People are like, oh, you lost to Sociedad, blah, blah, blah. Right? I just watched City lose to draw to Copenhagen.
And United 5th, not 6th.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 5th. So we're roundabouts where we should be. Big up, Daniel. But I just watched City arguably the best. I just watched City draw last week to Copenhagen. They're arguably the best side. PSG just drew to Benfica. But Bayern Munich are not top of Bundesliga. It's easy to pinpoint one result. So because Bayern Munich are behind Union Berlin, all of a sudden they're no good.
You're not Bayern Munich, big man.
I'm saying who said again? See, you misconstrued. Where did I say we're Bayern Munich?
No, but these teams, the reason why.
No, I'm pointing. No. I'm pointing out points in terms of you can easily do that for any team and pinpoint one result and say that's why you're not good. I can say, all right, City, but they've lost to a Liverpool side that is in terrible form and the worst one we've seen in the club era, and they drew against Copenhagen, so therefore City are no good. That's lazy. But people will lose that for Manchester United and go, oh, United lost to Sociedad, that's why well, City just lost to a terrible Liverpool side and drew against Copenhagen and couldn't beat the Newcastle side we beat. Also drew to Aston Villa. And people are like, see, I could easily do that. I'm saying,
but you know the reason why they're flawless. Like, come on, let's be real. United basically is the biggest club in this country. Well, listen, it's easy for me to say that.
Yeah, say that again. Yeah, I know.
But I mean that from a media standpoint. From a media standpoint, your club is the biggest. Is the biggest.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Ahmed. Here's the thing. United are the biggest club in this country. Fine. Who cares though? Like your heritage doesn't mean anything. Your heritage
in the past now.
One at a time, man. One at a time.
I don't disagree with your state. I don't disagree with that. But the problem is, if I cannot care, the other players, other fans cannot care. But the problem is the media cares. That's why whenever a United has a draw or United has a loss, it will always be boosted around.
So of course, the media will get onto United.
That's why.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I understand. No, I understand the media getting onto us, but my point is a lazy rhetoric when if people are running jokes and banter, we're bannering each other, and you say, "Oh, you lost to Sociedad," but I'm not hearing that as a reason as to why Manchester United can't do the business. Because, like I said, you could easily do that for City. You know what I'm saying? Like, City just lost to Liverpool. They drew against Aston Villa, with Steven Gerrard, people telling me so bad. They just drew to Copenhagen. So therefore, by that same logic, if we apply that to Manchester City, they're no good. Bayern Munich are currently sat behind Union Berlin in the Bundesliga. I don't even think that. Where are they? Jez, where are they at in the league? Are they third, fourth? Yeah, Bayern.
Bayern probably third now.
Yeah, third. But my point is, Bayern are quality side as a Manchester City. I'm saying that's lazy to take one result from the season and go, that's why that team is not doing anything. Therefore, you can do that for everybody, because you're gonna have a poor result. PSG, just like I say, they drew against Benfica, so PSG no good, and they're gonna do terrible, and they ain't gonna win anything. Like, that's late. My point is, that's lazy to bring to a logical, serious debate. Now, if we're bantering back and forth, throw that out. You lost to Sociedad at home. Surfer does it all the time. Cool. You know what I'm saying? But I know we're not having a genuine debate. It's just very, very lazy. I hate lazy arguments and lazy rhetoric. It's very, very lazy.
The people who make lazy arguments.
Yo,
wait, heritage means a lot. No, Diamond. My point of heritage doesn't matter. I'm meaning of just because United are the biggest club, like, shouldn't equate to them. Like, meaning shouldn't mean that people should then say United should be doing better right now. People need to understand where, and it means that for other clubs as well, like Chelsea. People need to realize where the club is right now, or where the team is right now. And it's going to take time to.
I hear that.
Let Jez go, because Jez wanted to go.
Like,
go on.
Saying when Ahmed was saying they're Manchester United, biggest club in the country, that's fine. But, like, being Man United isn't going to improve Fred and McTominay for you guys to be able to win a league. Like, that doesn't mean anything. That's my point.
I hear that. Go on, Jez.
No, but that's the thing with just the media in this country, because they just cannot be having those. It's weird, because in England it's like those certain clubs that have the reputation, they have to be doing good, even you realize, they have literally no capacity to do so, and you have to be just honest. They can't, because they just have to be doing hold this backing thing. Trust me, like in Germany, how like Bayern get criticized. Like criticized. Like you don't see this energy around for the big clubs here in England, and like I said, it's a really weird obsession. But I want actually to go back to something what Madasa was saying about the youth academy. Obviously, getting youth players involved, which I kind of hear what he's saying, because Ten Hag has the history by doing that. But I wanted to just play devil's advocate and just wanted to ask, like, but don't you think that playing at Ajax for the best team in the country in the Netherlands is just a whole different level compared to coming out here in England and having to come in and perform? Well, I feel like for those youngsters in Holland, it was way much easier to kind of adjust going into the best team in the country, where, like, United, as you know, they're struggling. Certain senior members aren't even performing to the best. So throwing in a youngster, don't you think it can destroy them? I think for the Europa League, I heard it, but in the Premier League, I'm not too sure, to be honest.
United don't even have a structure really to be bringing in these young players.
See, Jez, the only thing, my counter argument to that would be is, I mean, you can't baby them for too long. Like, these guys have been.
No, I agree.
These guys train with the first team every single week. You know what I'm saying? They play pro football, and you know what I'm saying. I always am of the opinion, if you're good enough, you're old enough. So if you're quote unquote getting destroyed by getting thrown into the mixer too early, part of that also is because you're not probably good enough. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen this time and time again, and it's on the mentality of the players. And for me, I'm not saying throwing every play a whole youth team as your first team 11. I'm saying the players who actually did it in preseason as well against pro individuals. You know what I'm saying? The only person I'm advocating for is Zidane Iqbal. This guy played against Liverpool's midfield for an hour, and which was Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson, and he bossed them. And you know what I'm saying? It was It was 11-on-11, fair game. You know what I'm saying? No rules to favor the youth players or whatever. And he handled it well. And he handled it well throughout the preseason. And he's been training with the first team. And I think you got to throw him into the fire sometimes to see what they're made of as well. Obviously, they're not going to be, like full-time first-team starters, but you play them here and there to get that experience. You know what I'm saying? Because with that experience, you also learn, if that makes sense.
I definitely agree with that, because obviously, I know throwing in a youngster, no expecting him to come in every game now and play at a certain level required for the team to progress well. Obviously, it's not really realistic, and also in a way, it's unfair as well. It's just that it's this narrative, because, like I said, with the youngsters, it's like, because I've seen a lot of youngsters where like we even at Tottenham, we throw them in, but it just never worked out. Maybe because the team is struggling, maybe because the manager just didn't know what the plan was with them. My question is, like, does Ten Hag feel comfortable enough, for a Premier League game, which, let's be honest, every Premier League game is hard. Like, it's just not really an easy Premier League game where you can say there is. So it's like, does Ten Hag have the trust in those youngsters to come in maybe a couple of times and get a couple of minutes? Maybe off the bench, I can maybe see it happening. But for me, it would be, let's say this way, Fred and Bruno would need to be performing so bad where, like, these guys would not see the team sheet for literally like 2-3 games, in my opinion. This whole part they need to be performing, and I just feel like I don't think Ten Hag would do that. I think in Ajax, he had a lottery to do that, because you got to remember also that Ajax academy is very highly rated just across the country. Even United recently, when you really look at the talent that they have added over the couple of years, has been very much better than it used to be. But it's like, it's a different ball game coming into the Premier League, and I feel like, especially, let's say you have somebody coming in, doesn't perform well, you sub them off, and then even as the manager, you're starting to lose the trust in that kid. So you like, it's just a mentality thing of, no, can I trust this kid to bounce back literally the next Premier League game? That's why I say I feel like if he wants to do it, he should start to introduce them in the Europa League first. I think straight into Premier League, I don't know, to be honest.
I agree with that. I agree.
We are in October, talking about like introducing and just talking about just throwing young players in. Like, we're only 2 months into the season, barely. Like, we haven't even played a Carabao Cup game yet in terms of the top Premier League sides, and we're not even on match day 5 of European competitions. Like, if I don't know necessarily where United stand in your group. But if by match day 5 or match day 6 you guys are already through, maybe he'll play that game. Maybe he'll play the next.
It depends, obviously, on what, because we played Sheriff next and Sociedad have Omonia, but they're 3 points ahead of us clearly. So if we both win, it's all to play for in that match day 6 away at.
Okay. Well, maybe he might play in match day 6 or something, or maybe he'll play in a Carabao Cup game.
Carabao Cup, I could see that.
Only 2 games, and this is also stands for Chelsea. You want to see like Zachariah is thrown in. Like, the guy hasn't played consistent football all year, and just throw him into a Premier League game. We saw how that happened with Saul. The guy got smoked. Sometimes a lot of these talented young players, they need to be put in the right like structure to kind of survive, because it doesn't matter how great you are, you can still fail. And all of a sudden, you have fans who will turn on these players for having a few bad games. So you have to this
is the one thing that kills me the most, Brian, because even like, obviously, I'm saying Conte needs to start using his squad more, which means certain players that he doesn't trust, like you Brian Gills, like you Papa Matasar, because they're either too young or they don't fit the system. And then obviously those people that ask for them to play, and then you see a Brian Gill come on and he struggles, and then all of a sudden, he's not good enough. And I'm like, what did you expect? This was his first game of the season.
So it's very rare for like a young G.
So for me, it's like, you have to give them time, patience, and also understand, like, these guys are not even playing much. So how are you expecting guys to just turn it on, but they don't even play much? They barely even have the experience of playing in the level. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and that's why for me, like, what Chelsea players that are straight from our academy, I'm not an advocate of just throwing them into Premier League games. Chelsea fans kept saying that last season. Just throw in Harvey Hall or throw in this other random faceless guy. Like, for why? So that we can so we can then still lose. That guy makes a mistake, and our fan base turns on him. Like, that's not going to do them any good. Like, you give them a Carabao Cup game against a Charlton, where they can have a good performance and stuff and build up some confidence.
You know,
stay on the bench against a Liverpool, where they can feel like they're part of a win against a big team. Let them do all of that sort of stuff. Sometimes you have to be smart about how you do things. Like, it's not FIFA where you can store a random guy in and still win. Like, that doesn't work.
No. I think, listen, even though he's not at the club right now, the way Sarri, for example, introduced Cho into the team, but he was just playing Europa League football only. He wasn't really playing Premier League football. That was a really, good example.
Yeah, man. You do Cho's level.
I agree. Yeah, But he was a good example. Even Loftus-Cheek was another one where he sort of introduced him again in Europa League.
He knew Ruben's level.
Yeah, again Ruben's level. And then you've got guys like Gilmore who they came in like really crazy games.
At Palace, he knew his level.
No, I'm talking about, for example, his Liverpool game, the Carabao Cup game, to be honest. But
I like the way Ragnick introduced Alanga was really good. He introduced him in Game 6 when we already qualified for first position in the Champions League game, and then he threw him in the FA Cup where he missed a penalty, and then slowly onwards. So I would love for him to do that with Iqbal, because I really think he could really help us out, and he's like the perfect, he's in my opinion, I know this might be a little biased or crazy, but he's like a mini De Jong in my opinion. Like, the way he just drives with the ball, his ball carrying ability and everything, he reminds me of that. Obviously he's not as good, but the player profile is that of a De Jong. So I would love to see that.
If he is that good, you don't need to be worried about him just being thrown in. Like, eventually, if he's actually that good, eventually you will see him. And that's another thing that annoys me about these youth guys, at least from a Chelsea perspective. All these guys that you praise and hype up from the academy, if they are actually that good, they will eventually perform to a level in training where the manager starts playing them. Eventually, that maybe the guy you rate is not that good if he's not playing straight away, if he's not playing after 2-3 seasons that he's in our team.
I hear you, Prime.
I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm actually talking about you. It's just in relation to
I hear you. The only thing with United is these players are on such massive contracts, and there's so many involvement with the board. So I'm not sure how much control Ten Hag has on that, if that makes sense. Because the Bruno thing, the only reason I personally think because he keeps playing him is because of the contract he got in the summer. And some of these players, he played Maguire early on just because of the pressure from the board. And then, he gave him that rope to hang with, and then he played terrible. And then he brought his guy Varane in. And, same thing he did with Luke Shaw. Malacia was his signing, but in the first 2 games against Brighton and Brentford, he started Luke Shaw just for that. I think because personally, my opinion, I may be wrong, but it's because of the pressure of the board. So
I think
that's the only thing with United.
I think it was just to have Premier League experience, in my opinion, in that. And just maybe just the first 2 games. But also, sometimes you kind of have to maybe part of it is giving players a bit of rope to hang themselves. And plus, because he's a new manager, he can't completely just change the team. He's already dropped Maguire and Ronaldo in the first couple of games. You want him to also he's already also dropped Fred and McTominay, at least by now. Who else do you want him to drop from these guys aren't starting.
You know what that is, Prime? People want the manager to do exactly what they want to. And if he does, he can do 9 out of 10 things. But that one thing, that's why I did it.
In the end,
let the manager managing it. I don't agree with
there's only so much. There's only so much you can There's only so much you can do. And if you don't that he's playing certain players, well, that means United need a better squad. If there's an injury and it means if it means Maguire has to play for some reason, it's not Maguire's fault or the manager's fault. It's just that you don't have another centre back. It's a quality thing, and that's going to take a season or 2 to improve just because of you buying players. or
So,
players
Flawless,
in the academy
do you,
better. Yeah.
Flawless, do you think the ball was live when Ronaldo put the ball in the net? I'm not sure, you know, 'cause I've not seen it back.
It was.
So it was live. All right, but the reason why I'm not
What
going
happened was it was a free kick. It was a dead ball. The center back. It was one of the center backs. He played it back to the goalkeeper. Like that technically is a live ball at that point.
Yeah,
and the goalkeeper took a touch and stuff. Like the only reason I don't think it counted is because as soon as he gave the ball back to the goalkeeper, the referee turned his back. If the referee was watching that, I think that's a goal.
No. But the referee blowed his whistle. The player touched it, walked away. Nick Pope was walking towards the ball and trying to do the bullshit of it wasn't played or whatever. Ronaldo saw that it was, and he just took advantage. Like the goal should stand.
I think one thing I would say is to the benefit.
Remember this, Flores? Didn't Nani have a goal chalked off like that a few years ago? Do you remember? It was like a freak. I think it might have been against Spurs or something. It was like they got awarded a free kick, and it was very weird. And Nani scored because he thought it was a live ball or something like that. It's very weird.
I remember the chat Black Diamond or someone else in the chat might remember.
You know, one thing I would say to that as well is like I do give. Obviously, I was trolling saying that like my man is just very starving for a goal, but at the same time, I do give actually Ronaldo the benefit of the doubt because he's experienced enough in it. He would know the rule, and would take advantage of it.
I have no issue with what he did. Let me continue. Again, you lot continue to get your questions in. This is go on.
Craig Pawson just said was just paid by the Saudis today. There's no point.
Relax,
bro.
Man.
Two pens.
Too much. Yes, we should have had 2 pens, but that doesn't mean
they should have had a penalty.
They should have had a penalty. Yes.
Yeah.
They should have had a penalty as well. Like it was just bad. Like people need to stop saying like, oh, referees are being paid. They're just poor at what they do. Yeah, they're just poor. There should have been free.
Be fair, Matazza, man. They should have had a pen.
There should have been.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
There should have been 3 penalties in the game, and they didn't give one. That's just poor officiating. They're free. They're 3 obvious penalties. Newcastle, I said it. Newcastle should have had a penalty. I seen it. I'm watching on the TV live. I don't even have to watch it back on VAR in slow motion. The Sancho one, the Ronaldo one. They're obvious. Never mind that they obvious live.
Blatant. They're obvious and blatant.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you watch this back, how have you seen that and gone, that's not a penalty? You can tell by where the ball, the direction of the ball.
VAR is supposed to be there for. That's
but see, the thing is, it's not VAR's fault. VAR, I hate people that
using
VAR.
Yeah.
It's like VAR is just a technology. Like you're talking to a wall. You're screaming at a wall at this point. It's the referee's fault. Exactly.
The excuse is that they don't want to go against what the guy on the field says. The guy on the field didn't see it. He didn't see it. That's why he's asking for your help. That's why. You know, it's like the Liverpool. It's like Liverpool. It's like the Man City goal today that was chalked off. How come it weren't there? The ref didn't see the foul. You did, and you told him about it. So
there's no consistency at all.
Yeah, referees are just and that's what annoys people as well. Ashley says, big old Ashley Kennedy says, the amount you spend, you should be challenging for the league. Yeah, the amount Manchester United spent, we should be challenging for the league, but we spent it poorly. I'm not really sure what point you're trying to make here. Because I think everybody would agree.
That is why.
Hold on, one sec. That was that an Arsenal fan right there?
Yes, Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Based on that logic, Arsenal should be also in the league.
No, Arsenal should be as well, but they also spend money poorly. But I don't understand this overall.
This is what I'm trying to say.
It's always Arsenal and Liverpool fans that bring up money talk. Like, why? Spend money. Like, as the top 6 clubs, we all spend a lot of money. Maybe some more so than others, but spend it correctly.
Yeah. Out of all the clubs, even I say, even us, we should be trying. Even though obviously you can say reputation that we should be. Expectation should be winning things, but when you look at the money even Poch spent and said Punch wasn't backed, to an extent it's a lie because money was spent under Poch, and you can even argue the money was spent poorly and good in the same time, where like it was good enough where you could have won stuff, but people want to kind of overshadow that too because we had the 2 years of not spending any money.
But do you know why? I should say this more. Do you know why United and Chelsea spend so much? Because they spent poorly before that. So they had to spend so much to get out of the shit they're already in. You know what I mean? You spend
that's
money
true.
to get out of shit.
Arsenal have done that to be where they are now.
The reason City don't spend a lot of money is because they buy wisely. You know what I mean?
You don't have to spend a lot because there's not a lot to fix. Like we are literally building a house.
Exactly.
City are just deciding what size TV to put in the house.
And we're
We're actually building a
very
house
quickly. Trying to build a house very quickly. As well,
we're trying to build like a foundation brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? Put the windows in, everything. Like City are just doing luxury shit.
You're asking us to keep our furniture dry without a roof on top.
I just think for me the irony is so what's it called? Flawless was talking all about this, making a new house and everything. Isn't that what your stadium needs, to be honest, as well? But hey,
ironically, you know what I'm saying? That's actually a great point. That's a good
point. New roof.
That's
and we need peasant.
Hold on. Why is it always United, job, man? Always United, job.
Listen,
you know why it is?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nah, you know why it is, Brad? It's because I've hurt him so much with the Chelsea daggers. That's why he's always trying to get me. But this guy be missing.
The reason why you always talk about Chelsea is because this guy talks about United.
Yeah, well, he just be missing. Like I said,
Hey, Flawless, I can't wait for that Havertz dagger next Saturday. You son of a bitch.
don't say that.
I Flawless on my life. If you let that ballerina score against you, lot, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't he last year?
Sack
No,
the
he
key.
didn't. He missed.
I forgot.
When Rashford marks up obese Reece, hey, let's go.
Nah, Reece ain't playing, man. He's
for 8 weeks. You're saying Reece is running from the Rashford test?
Who's going?
Relax.
All jokes aside, who's going to be your who's now your back three and like wing back? All jokes aside,
I don't know, mate. He's not playing.
Chalobah, Koulibaly, Silva.
Okay,
I can't lie
that's
to
your
you.
free center.
I fear that Aspilicueta might be playing against United. I'm just going.
Rashford will eat.
I'll put Ruben there.
The only problem is Stamford Bridge is a really small pitch.
Listen, man, Ruben loves his cheek.
Yeah, man, you know what it is, man. Little live, you know what I'm saying? I know it is in.
What does it matter?
Why do you care so much?
Hang on. What does it matter, small or large pitch? Sancho and Rashford are crap on any pitch, so it doesn't really matter. It's all true, man.
I know.
Hey, what we're saying?
Going Kai Havertz, all this.
One at a time, man. One at a time, man. One at a time, innit? We gonna get.
All I'm gonna say is, man.
Hey, guys,
I'm just saying.
Guys, take the sugar up. Stop having sugar before you come on the stream. One at a time, people.
One thing that I will say, is that I think
no salt from you, Saltaza. All right, as well, man.
There was Saltaza. One thing that I will say, you guys are talking about investment and buying players. Like one thing that I've always lived by is failure to prepare is preparing to fail. And
let's go.
And I definitely feel like in our case, for example, some of the transfers that we've done, we've failed to adequately prepare and analyze these players before they've come to our club. And you could almost say a similar thing for you guys over the last 10 years.
We've done the same thing. That's why when we talk about attackers, you lot have had Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech.
Yeah, you guys have had, was it Di Maria, Memphis?
Yeah. We're talking about now. Our attack's still better than yours now.
Pogba,
we move.
Yeah, we move.
You know what I'm saying? And we scored more goals than you lot this season.
That's all right.
Hey, aren't you still in a minus goal difference?
Last match,
I don't even know. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know.
-2.
Are we -2? Let's go. We out
We're
here. Hey, that's City tax, isn't it? Wait till you lot play City.
I'm gonna make that -5.
Yeah. You lot can't even beat Oli. You think you beating Ten Hag? You lot crazy.
Listen, man. Sometimes you just have a bogey manager, and it's just a bogey manager.
Werner X Pulisic gets
bogey manager. You lot can't even beat Ralph. What do you mean? And he ain't even a manager.
No, but you know what it's like. Every team has a bogey manager. It's a bad thing. It's a true thing. So we move. Now we've got another one.
I can't lie. I don't like obviously seeing Chelsea win at that, but I can't like the time when United played Chelsea and Carrick was in charge. I needed Chelsea to win that day. I was.
Oh yeah, what Ralph? It was Carrick. Yeah, it was Carrick. You lot. Yeah, you lot couldn't even beat Carrick.
I was pissed.
That's crazy.
Chelsea have actually scored more goals than United this season in the Prem.
Hey, props to you lot, innit?
Chelsea.
I conceded less too.
Yeah,
I conceded less.
Hey guys,
the same amount of goals as Tottenham, Man City, and Arsenal.
Listen. Ronaldo's getting a winner at the bridge. It's fine, you know this.
Nah, he don't do well.
Prime. I know you're.
Why are you blocking him, mate?
We know you're a secret United fan in disguise, don't?
Yeah, they don't. What's it called?
Wait.
He
I'm not
legit
United
doesn't.
fan.
He
Don't
doesn't
let
do well.
that
I don't
man
think,
fan talk to me.
to my knowledge, I don't think he's ever scored there.
No, he's not. Remember, he only scored. He scored his
not,
first
yeah.
league goal last season at Old Trafford against us.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Listen,
never.
man, they're already
Ironically, but he
nice.
scored in a Champions League final against you lot as well. That
I know,
right?
shit works out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Hey, also going back to the Arsenal thing,
Yeah.
weren't Arsenal the biggest spenders twice, 2 years in a row, and
yeah,
third this year?
This year and last year.
Yeah. The
Well, no,
biggest
we have
spenders
spent-
when
we
you were
have
in
spent
eighth.
them this year.
When you were in
Oh,
eighth,
I
okay?
forgot. Literally,
Don't ever
what's
talk
it
about
called?
money.
The thing is, I don't understand the point in terms of like it's a shot. Yes, the amount of money United have spent, they should be challenging, but we spent poorly. But I don't understand.
No. It's not United. My reference was towards.
No, you. I'm talking about the original comment from Ashley, who said that.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
understand that. I don't understand
because
that
they're
point.
salty. I was watching a stream, right?
Go on.
I was watching on Never a Foul.
Big up
And,
Never a Foul,
like,
gang, gang.
Gunnar Lee was talking to Daps about the amount of money Man City spend. What they're doing is like should be expected, and it's not an achievement.
Yeah,
Like winning 4 Prems in 5 years is not an achievement because they spend.
Yeah.
Money. Like,
Big
it's
up
crazy.
Steve in the cut as well. RJ says flawless has me weak saying we'll finish third. Love the chest though. We're in a group with Omonia, Sheriff, and Real Sociedad. Yes, I think we'll top the group. And even if worst case scenario happened and we didn't finish to top the group and we'll finish second, which I think mathematically, at worst case scenario, we finish second. It's not the end of the world. Like it's not. Like the sky is not falling. Like
Can I ask a question? Do you think and I don't? This isn't a shot director at Jez. If Spurs were to finish third in their group, could you get them in the playoff?
I don't think so. I don't think in that round. I think it has to be the next round after. I think
round after. I can't play.
It has to be you guys have to meet in the round of 16 because
I think it has to be the round after. And before we continue, the 70 of you lot locked in, which is sick.
Hit
Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. I know some of you lot are new here. Subscribe if you're new. We're here every day with sporting content.
We need more people too.
All I'm saying is, man, even if you finish third and go, we're not going to see United because we're probably going to be up by then. So it doesn't matter.
Hey, come take over in Europe. I need it, bro.
The funny thing is, depending on the results, if you beat Sporting and Frankfurt beat Marseille, we officially top the group as well, which is actually mad. That group is just been a chaos for me. That's why I was so pissed we didn't beat Frankfurt because they're just not good, fam. They're just not good.
Yes, you guys need to get out of your group though. We need a Conte embarrassing moment in Europe. You need to get out of that group.
You don't get past the first round after.
The thing is, I prefer us. This is the funny thing. I prefer us to actually go through and then go out in the next round because I know it's more likely to go out. It's more likely to go out next round than in the Champions League than in the Europa League because I feel like in the Europa League we're probably gonna beat the team that we play unless it's like a good team, which I don't.
It's a team that you drop off from.
So I don't.
Who will win it, Lewis? What? Who will win it, Lewis? Win what?
Win what?
They'll win the Europa League.
Based on what? Based on what? Lewis, put down that split. Based on what?
He's a Conte fan. He's a Conte fan.
He's a Conte fan. That's why it's this Lewis, man.
Antonio.
There we go.
Antonio.
Same way Frank Lampard go finish top 6 with Everton.
Hey, second best defense in the league, bro. I prefer.
Wait. He said Frank will finish top 6.
They're actually tied with us, to be fair.
There you go.
Lewis is high. That's fine.
The funny thing is, that it would be actually very criminal if we don't make it out of the group now because Sporting literally got 3 red cards, so 3 of the main starters are out against us. We'll be playing at home.
3 red cards in 2 games.
So, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, if he can't be Sporting this time, it's actually very criminal. So I beg him just play free in midfield, man. I know I feel bad for Richarlison, but bro, that I'm finally able to see the free midfield because people had to get injured. It's a sin by itself, man.
Yes. Big up Steve as well. Says, yo, Flawless, who did you think was Newcastle's man of the match today? Plus any thoughts about how he played? Man of the match, probably one of your centre backs. I'll go to. I thought your centre backs, they didn't like everything they had to do. They did well. So I'd say your centre backs. So defensively, you were very good. Surprised me because that's only the second time I think this season I've watched Newcastle behind a Liverpool game. So you did well. In terms of any thoughts about how you played, you played well. Like I say, you came with a game plan. executed it. You probably wanted a little bit more going forward, but you're missing players like say Maximum's missing, Isaac's missing, so Isaac, is missing as well. So and that's a good result for you.
Newcastle.
Yeah. So and it kicks on. I'm saying obviously it's a better point for you lot than it is us, but we'll be all right. Yeah, Botman and Shaware. But yeah, back to our one's comment. Yes, again, let me reiterate this.
I see one. Hold that. Havertz is shit. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
Nah, talk about his boy Cho, man. Cho's washed.
I expect
easy, man.
I expect Manchester United to
Havertz San talking about washed.
Listen, I'm just saying, Cho is washed, Havertz is washed. It's all good, isn't it, bro? They're all washed.
No, we are not the same. We are not the same. One contributed with more than one goal and assist to a European Cup.
Cho is washed, Havertz is washed.
What are we doing here?
Well, so you see what I have to deal with in my club? Cho, Havertz, Gallagher, Chalobah.
I'd be the same, man. I have to deal with. Prime. I have to deal with Ronaldo, Bruno. Same shit.
Very,
yeah, Daniel. I said Chalobah.
It must be nice.
Hold that, Daniel.
I'm just on my knees for that Brimberg that just scored an attack space.
Pause, big man.
I don't care no more.
Did anybody watch El Clasico? Anyone there watch?
Yeah, I did.
Nah, Christensen didn't start.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, because it was El Clasico.
All I'll say,
All
I'll say about El Clasico is that Catalonian Ollie, that Catalonian Ollie Xavi. Yeah, he's a fraud. He's a bum.
Yeah.
That I called it. The passion merchant Gavi. He's a fraud as well. Busquets is washed. Busquets is washed as well. So and hey, man, Fede doing a great goal.
Yo, relax, Tony Cruz. Don't give these man no energy, man. Don't do that. Go on, carry on, Taz.
Hey, Tony Cruz as well. I heard Mason Mount over Tony Cruz, but I'm just saying, man.
Who said Mason Mount over Tony Cruz?
Chelsea fans, man.
No.
I'm not naming names.
Keep it stepping. We know that you get idiotic fans in every fan
one
base.
thing that I will say about
Yo, Ahmed, to you, El Clasico, thoughts on El Clasico.
Listen, I can't lie to you, for like basically 75 minutes of that game, Real Madrid did what Real Madrid do, and Barcelona were just getting violated, man. These guys, they're not up for it, man. They're really not up for it, man. Like the second goal was shocking. Second goal, I can't lie to you. Valverde's goal was actually shocking how they let that in. But you know, for me, I can't lie to you. Xavi's the problem, and you know these levers are another problem. Like, because I can say this right now: they're not winning La Liga, and they're dropping into Europa League. So they're not even making that much money in terms of profits if they don't win any of these ones. So you've already gone bust in your first year. Where are you going to get any more money from? You've already used as many levers as you can.
Trying to get Drake as sponsor.
Talk on it, Ahmed.
Yeah, so you said thoughts on El Clasico. Thoughts on El Clasico.
I mean, what can I say, man? Today, obviously, Karim is getting his Ballon d'Or today. So, and he was playing like a Ballon d'Or player yesterday as well. Like, good player.
I mean, someone actually deserves it money.
Oh yeah. Also, quickly, Pedri, Modric violated Pedri.
Yep.
Yeah, this just happened. But now about the thing. But the thing is, like I said, with Xavi, the biggest issues like with this team is like the attack. Obviously, he's trying to play 4-3-3 and it's like you're playing two left-footed wingers, and you can clearly tell whoever you put on the weaker side, even though Dembele is ball-footed, he's not comfortable playing off the left. You can clearly tell, and Rafinha is not comfortable playing off the left. He can do a job there if there's an emergency, but because if there's no emergency, you should be playing these guys at the best positions. This is one thing I've been saying. That's why I feel like Ansu Fati needs to be introduced again, and then you have Rafinha and just Dembele competing on the right, and this whole thing of trying to cross the ball in and just hope Lewandowski scores, they're not going to go nowhere. I feel like the midfield is lacking creativity. I think just Gavi and Pedri. When I speak to Barca fans, I tell them one of them. Obviously, you're not going to drop Pedri. So in reality, Gavi for me is like, man, like you have to look at him. You need a different profile of player that can come and help in the final third. And yeah, man, like Xavi needs to realize Sergio Busquets is not it anymore. Like, he's a good player. He can still be in the squad, but he shouldn't be starting week in, week out. He needs to start actually letting the young play more and actually solidify the position, be trusted in the position. Because if you're just going to continue playing Busquets, they're not going to go far.
I'm happy.
I hear that, Jess.
I'm happy what's happening with Barcelona.
Played Alonso centre back as well.
Hold that.
Since when
Same, hold that and die slow.
Yeah, for sure.
When Xavi got the job and everyone got gassed, I was saying, well, like, based on what? All these ex-managers, Xavi, Gerrard, Arteta,
former players.
They're all former players, all much of the same, really. They're all kind of needy. Vieira, I could probably put in that same bracket as well. Lampard.
Yo.
What?
I see you trying to
the Crystal Palace fans got offended, man. Relax.
I can't lie. With Vieira, at least.
Okay, cool. Hey.
Ahmed got offended.
Palace fans
What a big move for Zaha. Anyway, yeah, a lot of these ex-managers, they're kind of average, really, but they get hyped up to such a big level. Like, people think they're all going to be like a Zidane and win 3 Champions Leagues on the bounce or something. Like, they're not. Give them 10, 15 years. And I feel like people will do the same thing with Xavi Alonso. Will overhype him. Just give them time.
Jazz, also going back to your point, I hear you want to play what's his face, De Jong deep in the Busquets role, but if they do that, their midfield is getting ran through. De Jong likes to drive with the ball. Gavi likes to drive, and Pedri likes to drive. Like, their midfield.
But that's why I started off by saying that they need a different profile to Gavi in that midfield.
Yeah,
drop one or the other.
Man,
yeah,
I don't think De Jong fits in Barca's system. De Jong does not fit a 4-3-3. De Jong is a 4-2-3-1 player. He's a double pivot player. He's not a lone 6, nor is he an 8. He's a double pivot 6. That's his profile.
So it's why they're trying to go after Jorginho, innit? Because Jorginho can play in 6.
Yeah, it's but then this is the issue that I have right now. It's just applying trust into certain of these guys that Xavi used to play with. I really don't like when this is one thing I said when Xavi came in, and my first thing. Are you putting the same trust that you had with them when you were playing together with them? Because these guys aren't really at the levels no more where they used to be. And obviously, me being shameless, I just have to say, obviously Messi gone and Barcelona starting to be this shit. This just proved my point why Messi is the GOAT, fam. I'm sorry,
he's spitting, man. He's spitting.
Steve says, "Were you surprised because we're going to close out shortly?"
Has just won another El Clasico.
Were you surprised that we played that well at Old Trafford, considering you usually smack us around? How good you were defensively surprised me, because like I said, I haven't watched a lot of Newcastle, but defensively I thought you was very sound. I made it very tough to break through, and I can see why you lot have had success, and also why you've drew games as well, a lot of games this season. So, yeah. I'd say like a Newcastle fan, and people are saying they're the best of the rest outside of the top 6. So
yeah,
they'll be top half in the 11. They'll be in the top 11. So
I think
props to you know what I'm saying, and that props to Newcastle. Let me run through any final few questions before we close out. We'll end on this. Steve also says, with the injuries England have at right back, should Kieran Trippier be starting at right back for you guys at the World Cup? Steve just pointed out there isn't an England fan on the panel. I don't think currently.
You know the problem with that statement?
Go on.
We saw it in the Euros. He'll start Trippier at left back. We all know that. He did it in the Euros.
It's crazy.
That was only 2 games in the Euros.
I know, but
that was because Shaw was injured, though.
Shaw is. Yeah. I don't know about Shaw. I know Shaw's that. It's weird, man. Shaw's a weird guy, man.
Yeah.
But you don't
Shaw is Southgate's love.
Well, yeah, about England.
He always plays him.
I mean, there's England fans here. You've got Daniel. You've got
It's coming up. It's coming up.
I'm not supporting England when Southgate's in charge.
I'm a Southgate backer, so I'll speak about it.
Yeah, but you don't support them. You support their downfall. Sure, man.
Hey,
Italian show, prime. We keeping it stepping. Should have right back again at wing back. I'm still playing Trent. Hey, that's just me.
Listen to this guy and Southgate prop.
I'm still playing Trent. And then who the right-sided centre-back is, obviously Reece James won't be there.
I'm telling you
Kyle
right
Walker
now,
won't be
Kyle
there,
Walker,
I'm not sure.
Kyle Walker
And
gets
White.
fit, and he hasn't played any games. He'll still take Kyle Walker. I'm telling you right now.
He's going to take Walker. I'm telling you.
The right wing back cannot be Trent. It cannot.
Why can it not be Trent?
Especially now you're best
I got someone in mind, man.
But he's England's
right centre back.
He's England's best right wing back.
Especially
what?
Okay.
With James injured.
Well, he's great going forward.
Currently right now.
Oh yeah,
he's okay. He's great going forward, but even right now, he's not even in good form.
Obviously that's form. That's form changing. But I reckon his form will pick up in between.
Yeah, and two, the only option because Walker, Southgate probably will pick him, but Walker is not even necessarily fit. Your only right centre back options you have is Ben White, Chalobah, and maybe Tomori.
Okay.
None of them are going to be good enough to be. They're all going to be isolated on their own because Trent's not going to get back.
But that's why again we've had this conversation. That's why you have 2 DMs to go out there. That's why you have 3 centre backs.
Flawless. Flawless. It's gonna up against the US. It'll be a long day. Trust me.
Trent is England's best right. Trent, I know we like joking on Trent. Trent is England's best right wing back. He's England's best wing back going forward. That is currently fit. The only one that's close. Not who's better? Who's better?
King James.
Reece James is injured. Who's fit? No.
An injured King James.
Out of who's fit right now for England right back? So take out Reece James. Take out Kyle Walker. Who is better going forward for England as a right winger? Name me.
I hear that. I'm not even saying you're wrong.
That's my point. So therefore, he should play.
No, because for Southgate's system, let Trent play right wing back in the Euros. Yeah. England won't make it out of that group, bro.
That's not again. That's not on Trent alone. If they don't make it,
no. It's okay.
That's on that. That's not.
No. For Southgate's system,
Trent played today. Wait 1 sec. Trent played today. Black Diamond. Go on, carry on.
For Southgate's system, Trent starting anyway will be a detriment to it.
It's a lot of players, but all right. So we can do that for a lot of the players, though. We can do that for Foden. We can do that for Grealish. We can do that for Bellingham. They don't fit his system.
True, and I agree with that as well.
But no one's here saying that Bellingham shouldn't start or Foden shouldn't start or Grealish shouldn't start. So let's get into it, Prime. What's your midfield 2 or 3 for England then?
If Southgate's still playing the same way, I'm playing Calvin Phillips and Rice.
All right, and that's okay. That's a bigger that midfield, even though Calvin Phillips injured, is a bigger detriment to England not getting out of their group.
Okay, I didn't know.
My point is, you just said Phillips and Rice. Phillips and Rice is a bigger detriment to England than Trent at wing back. At least Trent excels at something. Yes, he's been poor this season, but he excels at something. Those two don't excel at anything.
At least Phillips and Rice are good enough defensively. I disagree.
I don't think they're not good enough defensively.
But again, you're not asking me what I want. I'm looking at what Southgate will do.
No, what I'm saying from a Southgate perspective, they're not good enough defensively. That's why they won't get. That's why we're here talking about. You mentioned it. Don't play Trent because under Southgate's rules, they're not good enough. You don't trust the 2 DMs they're playing. So they have 3 centre backs and 2 DMs, and you're talking about the wing.
I don't trust. Phillips and Rice. Yeah, I would.
So you trust Phillips and Rice up against the world's best defense from a defensive standpoint? I disagree with that.
Well, okay, you say a world's best, but I don't see. But England are not getting to a semi or a final.
Nah, these are semi-final. But when I say the world's best, I'm talking about at the World Cup. Like England will get out of the group. I think if he plays the right team. I'm just saying Trent is England's best. Trent is England's best wing back that is currently fit. Therefore, he should play.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
If Reece James is fit, different conversation. I understand Reece James playing there. But like I said before, the gap between Reece James and Trent is much smaller than the gap between Reece James and all the other right-sided centre-backs. He's twice the player of all the right. Reece James is not twice the player of Trent.
No. But I hear it. My point is, I'm only looking at what Southgate will do and to help his system. Trent will be as great as he is going forward, that's fine, but he will be a detriment to it. And especially the form Trent is in right now, the mindset he is in, it's not going to help England in the World Cup.
Blame David's advocate though, real quick. Blame David's advocate. Don't you think being in a different setup, different tempo of play, and everything else considered also, because maybe just certain Liverpool fans do say he's just not on it because he's tired of playing this same way on order. Maybe under England, when you know a World Cup is on the line, which a tournament he hasn't won, he's going to be more on it.
What's the
problem? I agree with Prime. I'm not even going to lie.
You're talking about pressure.
No. I'm not even saying that. I'm not disputing the fact that Trent is a better right wing back, and if I was a manager of England, I would play that. I don't think Southgate would go for that because of the reason because he wants more defensively compact players. One sec.
Thank you.
The only reason he played Mount instead in that Euros instead of Foden and Grealish when the whole world was like play Foden and Grealish is because Mount helped out more defensively. That I just think Southgate would. I think Prime is right in the fact that Southgate wouldn't go for that. Not that he's right in doing so. You know what I mean? He won't.
The reason why all right, bless up, Ahmed. Bless up. The reason why I disagree with that is because if that was the case, he wouldn't play Saka at left wing back. Southgate's just not good at his job. You know what this ties into? The referees. And we're talking about the referees being paid. It's the same. Southgate's just not good at his job. Southgate cared about being defensively solid. Why do you play Saka at left wing?
Hey man, I'm gonna go as well.
But
I think because
the reason why Saka is at left wing back is because Chilwell, who isn't really fit and playing consistently,
he could play Shaw, he could play Trippier.
And Luke Shaw's not consistently. But again, when he's played Trippier at left wing back or left back, England fans have then complained, why is he playing Trippier there? So it makes sense that you can also play Saka, who can do a job. And in my opinion, he's a better option playing there than anything else.
No, Saka's good, but again, that ties into you, man, just said from a defensive standpoint. If you're trying to have defensively minded wing backs, you don't play Saka there. We're giving Southgate too much credit.
He's doing that now because if you look at his strongest team
on the counter attack.
Yeah, Trent.
If you look at the Euro final. Listen, look at the Euro final. He had Saka fit, Luke Shaw fit, everyone was fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
He went with Shaw instead of Saka, and he went with Trippier right wing back. That's what he did because he wanted to be more defensively compact. I think he did play Shaw over there because Shaw is not even playing for United. That's
the reason. Again, this is why I disagree with that because Maguire is not playing for United and he's gonna stop.
Yep, he's gonna be
Maguire going. So this is where the argument falls down. There's nothing to back up this guy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we can't say no. We can't. But that's incorrect. We can't say Shaw's not playing because Shaw's not going to get picked because he's not playing. But then he'll play Maguire. You're giving Southgate too much. You're giving Southgate. You're not giving Southgate way too much credit.
Yeah, but
process.
The games Maguire's played in for England have been those the Nation League games that no one cares about anyway.
Yeah, but
I think come the World Cup,
but he takes them seriously though. He's trying to win them games.
I don't think he necessarily.
He trying to win them games.
The past year or so, the teams, the squad Southgate has picked, I don't think he's taken the Nation League that seriously. I think he's used to
Can I say
experiment at times, and also to answer what Jez said about Trent, like a different setup and stuff. Like you know what the media is like. Having someone who is not in the right mental mind state to go to a tournament where there's pressure to win, whether or not we agree England should be one of the favorites, there is pressure to go and win. That is going to mess Trent up. Because that's not good. That's why Maguire also shouldn't be there.
But yeah, I can debunk that because Maguire is exactly what you just said, and he's going to play Maguire every game. This is why I'm saying
I don't think he will start. I don't think he's starting.
Guaranteed he starts Maguire. Guaranteed he starts.
You guys are going to bounce, but big up.
Love every time.
Big up. This is
literally the thing that I want to say. Last thing was before we go on. The reason why I'm saying because the reason why I say Maguire will start, and obviously you said you don't think he's starting, and you don't think he takes this Nations League game seriously. The reason why I believe he takes him serious because he plays Harry Kane 90 minutes for all them games. There's no reason for Harry Kane. If you don't take them serious, why is Harry Kane playing both games 90 minutes every time?
He's just not a good manager. Well, we move. Good question, Steve. Malcolm, before we close out, Flawless, who would you start at centre back? If everybody's fit, Reece James, John Stones, Tomori. That's my back three. If everybody's fit, and obviously on form.
What about in the current predicament?
I'm not taking Trent.
Take Trent.
Is Kyle Walker going to be fit for the World Cup?
Nah. Let's just say he's not.
All right, let's say he's not right now. Stones, Tomori, have to be Ben White.
Yeah,
because I can't. You know what? I can't think of anybody else If there's
you're
someone
looking
I'm
at
forgetting,
a Ben White who has not played high level, like competitive football in terms of challenging for a title or playing Champions League games. Throwing him into a World Cup against the world's best, against the likes of Vinicius, Mbappe, etc., a left wing, that is not a good mix.
It's not.
I think it has to. I think, for me personally, because Reece James is out injured, it probably has to be Chalobah because at least he's faced these guys.
All right, Chalobah's a shout. I'm actually a fan. I know you're not. I actually think Chalobah's okay. But
no, I know, but I think it has to be Chalobah or Tomori, and
I'm not going to argue that. Now, Tomori was in my team. I said Tomori.
Yeah, I know.
Like Chalobah, Tomori, and Stones. If it did.
Knowing Southgate, we'll probably put Luke Shaw left center back and Saka left wing.
That's a shout.
Yeah, that's what he'll do.
Luke Shaw at left side, centre back, Tomori over the other side, Stones, Chilwell at left wing back would be. Now that I think about it, I'd probably go with that.
Or Saka left wing back.
I'd probably play Luke Shaw left sided centre back. I believe that's his best position. Stones, Tomori over the other side. I'd probably go with that. Actually, let me change. So to answer your question, Malcolm, with the injuries, I'd go Shaw, Stones, Tomori. With the injuries currently, that would be my fit. But everybody fit is Reece James, Tomori, Stones.
Or if Southgate is a smart man, and we're saying if he's bringing Trent to play, then he probably has to bring Joe Gomez and play him right center back, because at least those guys have chemistry playing together. Playing Trent
depends on Gomez's form.
Trent hasn't played with anyone.
He picks Mings over Joe Gomez though.
No, but I'm talking about playing the right side.
Mings, you know.
I'm talking about playing the right side. Trent hasn't played with.
Every time.
Trent hasn't played with Ben White or Chalobah or Tomori or whatever on a regular enough basis to throw them into a World Cup.
I hear you. But yeah, we are gonna close out this stream. Someone just asked in the chat as well. In regards to the NBA show, I know we've had a couple panelists drop out, but it should be going ahead in it like after this show. So in the next 5-10 minutes or so, that's the Western Conference preview, people. Western Conference preview. It's on the Twitch though, so it's not live on the YouTube. It's live on the Twitch. For those that haven't got Twitch, you download the app for free, sign up for free. Doesn't take up that much space, and then you go follow the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. And the same way you comment and watch on YouTube, it's the exact same on Twitch, people. And you're missing out. If you're not on the Twitch, you're missing out on other content, because we have football content over there. We have the NFL content over there. We have NBA content over there. So make sure you head over to the Twitch, people. But before we do that, there's still 50 of you lot locked in, so I want to see you all over on the Twitch. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this across all the socials. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Please make sure you do that. Daniel, we'll go to you. Anything you want to add before we close out the stream?
Big up, everyone. Make sure you watch the Western Conference preview, or you should say the Warriors Conference preview.
Yeah, large up. Prime, what are you saying?
Yeah, man. It's been. I hope everyone has a good week, a blessed week. Let's smash Man United next week, man.
That this guy. Tazo, anything you want to add, fam?
Nothing much. Just Packers lost. Cowboys are losing. That's good. Yeah, head over to the Twitch for the preview. I'll be there as well. Yeah, people. Just waiting on a few people to drop. If you don't get it today, though, we'll definitely reschedule it. But you should get it tonight. So head over. But if it doesn't go live, you know why. But yeah, just waiting for a couple heads in terms of confirmation, people. But head over. Make sure you check out the Eastern Conference one. It's over on the Twitch. Also on all the audio platforms. I've already updated the schedule already. Updated the schedule here on the YouTube and on the Twitch. So from Monday all the way to Sunday, you know, all the shows that are coming up. So, you know, your Gunner Talks, Man Them United, which is the Arsenal Manchester United show, your Man Them United, the Q&As, the Premier League watch-alongs, both midweek and weekend, the NFL show on the Twitch, NBA starting Tuesday night as well, so the watch-alongs are back on Twitch. So much content, people. So much content. This is my fifth stream of the day. So much content. So love to everyone that has locked in. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, we're back, obviously, Wednesday night. Every Sunday night, every Wednesday night, you catch us here. But love to everyone that's locked in. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up, clop in.